Hello, everybody. Today we are going to talk about of the theory of constraints. And now we need to know what is this theory. And it's a whole process of continuous improvement based of systematic thinking that helps companies increase their profiles with a simple and practical approach. First, we are going to start with Jorge, because he can tell us something about this topic. Jorge, could you help us?
Okay, Jesús, for what I know, using the theory of constraints does not mean that you have to find any random constraint on project. It is about finding the biggest obstacle or bottleneck in the entire system and solving that constraint.
Good, but I have a question. What is the goal of the theory of constraints?
Okay, the goal of the theory of constraint is to address each of the weakest in their dependent lines until there are any more constraints on the project.
Good, this is really interesting. Vicente, what do you know about this topic?
Um, I would like to say something about basic manufacturing processes. I saw a video some time ago, so it explained how manufacturing works. So it explained four types of manufacturing processes. Those are casting and molding, ma- machining, joining, searing, and forming. And these process depend about the material of what they want to do uh, something. I mean, an object or something like a car. They have to know what they want to do, so they have to choose a material. Then they will start with this material with this process. So in the whole process, this is the sequence: casting and molding, forming, separating, conditioning, assembling, and finishing. So this whole process is explained by the video that I saw in YouTube. It is basic manufacturing process. You can search for it and you can learn a lot of it. So if you want to know more about this manufacturing, you have to know about the materials and the properties that they have. So um, the designers, they have to know what they want to do. So they have to choose with their knowledge what they need to design the product. It depends about the material, the properties of the material, the density, and so they choose what material will they took to start the process. Um, the main materials are categorized by mechanical, physical, thermal, chemical, electrical, optical, and acoustical. This is very interesting. For me, it was awesome because I never imagined how it was. I mean, I thought it could be easier, but it's not. Um, the designers and the whole process of manufacturing, it's too much, and it's not something just to get a light, because it depends about what they have to do. So if they choose the wrong material, they will have a lot of problems. So they have to know, they have to be prepared, they have to have lots in their mind about the process, the whole process, and the time of what they will take. So if you want to know more about this, I suggest you to see the video. It explained it very well. I mean, obviously better than me. So I hope you will see it.
Good, at the end of this meeting, I'm going to watch that video.
Sure.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you know what material needs to use?
Oh, it depends about, as I said, about the density, the property of the materials. So it gives the designers the knowledge that they know the design product. As I said, the mechanical, thermal, chemical, electronical. So it depends about what they want to do. It depends about what everything we make something on it. I mean the material. So they will have to search about which one of those are the best one and choose it.
Good. This topic is really interesting. Now I think that Aliana can help us to talk about more about this topic. Aliana, could you help us?
Yes, well, I have also read about the theory of contrast. One of its main ideas it is that the restriction doesn't not necessarily imply a scarce resource. So every company face the economic problem of scarcity. Therefore, you cannot count on unlimited resource. So a constraint is everything that makes it impossible for the company to achieve its objectives. A company can only earn profits if it is satisfies the need and demands of its shareholders, employees, and customers. Therefore, everything that prevents the generation of profits is known as a restriction for the company. And that the only way to achieve continuous best will be to identify and solve the bottlenecks that are the obstacle to obtain profits. This will be done systematically. So,
Okay, but what kind of restrictions do you know?
well, I know the cash restriction. It is the purchasing power is below market demand due to the inability to provide payments. An example would be the insufficiency for the purchase of raw materials. Also, supply constraint, demand constraint, domestic capacity constraint, policy constraints. So,
Thank you. Now, Chris, could you talk more about this topic?
Uh, my topic of the bottleneck. What is bottleneck? Question. Bottleneck is defined as need resource. Both capacity less in demand. A bottleneck is constraint in system that limits production. In manufacturing process is the point where flow alternate downtown are lane current. Uh, Tenures they are divided into short and long term. The short term one temporary and are not usually problem. The long terms once occur uh, 10 time cumulative and can significantly slow down production. Uh, a clear channel is resource was capacity is greater than demand price at. Therefore, a clear channel should not work continuous since it will produce more time what is not. Uh, uh, Type of bottlenecks. Bottlenecks low time systems of slow of updates system or software can slow down. God flux and cause process bottlenecks. Uh, so
Good. Maybe if you explain us an example, we can understand more your topic. So, could you tell us an example of the bottleneck?
yeah, yes, of course. Bottlenecks can arise underneath pause in the process. A break in stock of raw materials while it generates also. Also, the problem of making the fact they admit more capacity or small low sales volume. These are situations that occur some frequency represent bottlenecks that prevent or worsening progression. Uh, Finally,
Good. So today we know more about the theory of restrictions and bottleneck. And finally, we have a conclusion. And in conclusion, the theory of constraints is a whole process of continuous improvement based on a systematic thinking that helps companies increase their profits with a simple and practical approach. And now, this is everything for today. Thank you.